votes cast in Ghana 2020 was 13,432,857. She says that 10 million people use Ghana card. It means that some 3.4 million use other references other than Ghana card, where their votes illegitimate and they did undermine our democracy.
You have that law, and therefore, if people came in using their passports or came in through the window of the guarantor system or used their Ghana card, those who came in using the passports or the guarantor system cannot be classified as illegal, because at the time it was the law. Under this law, we are saying that you cannot come in through the guarantor system or use a passport to prove your citizenship.
The number of persons who registered using the vouching system and who were challenged was 15,478. 478. Mr. Speaker, today, in her speech, the chairperson of the EC is now saying that she was able to expunge, or the EC was able to expunge 40,000 minors and foreigners from the registrar during the registration exercise. Can she honestly reconcile the two figures for us in this house?
If you look on that sheet, you will find that 32,762 people were successfully challenged during the registration process under the DRLC. And in our records, we have an additional 7,000 plus who were challenged. And these 32 were successfully challenged because they were either minors or foreigners.
The National Identity Register Amendment Act of 2017 has made provision for the National Identification Authority to also use a guarantor system. So why are you running away from your guarantor system to embrace a guarantor system that the National Identification Authority is using?
The NIA guarantor system is more robust because they have persons who come through swearing an oath, whilst we don't. Secondly, those who serve as guarantors have their details attached to the registrant's application.
Mr. Speaker, we cannot take assurances as the basis for us to have a Ghana card. We still have time. Let them go and solve the issues relating to the issuance of the Ghana card first. Until then, Mr. Speaker, we are sorry to say that we cannot be part of that. We can never be part of that. Mr. Speaker, secondly, we are aware that the Ministry of Finance and the government owes the service provider $117 million. Aside that, the National Identification Authority themselves have said here today that they have financial challenges. The government, the Minister of Finance, in his statement said they will release money at the appropriate time. We don't know when the appropriate time will be.
Well, now we know that the minority is demanding some levels of clarity. Let's get some perspectives on this and speak with Dr. Kwesi Boateng, who is a senior lecturer with the Department of History and Political Science at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Doc, grateful for your time with us on the program. Now, looking at the sharp disagreement on using the Ghana card as the sole identity document, what is the appropriate way to deal with this?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Let me say good afternoon to your viewers and listeners. Actually, you see, the way forward is to place the Ghanaian, the individual Ghanaian who stands possibly to be disenfranchised at the center of the whole analysis, simply because the laws are made for the people of Ghana and not the other way around. So I think we need to engage with the National Identification Authority to really come to terms with the realities on the ground. I've always been worried about the cases of individuals who, through no fault of theirs, stand a chance to be disenfranchised because of this lie, if it should go through. What do we do about that? And as it is, even if one person stands to lose the chance to participate in the politics that concerns him, that concerns her, then definitely Ghana is not taking care of these people's crucial, inalienable right the right to vote, the right to participate in the politics of his motherland. And it is the country's responsibility to provide, protection for that. So granted that currently we're working with assurances, and we can't really place, ourselves on it. We can't, come all out and say that yes, these assurances are airtight. They're going to be borne out, and so let's move forward. We stand to lose nothing if we hold on and come to a position when we know the NIA as an institution is robust, and it is able to say that anybody who wants his or her Ghana card is in a position to take it, has the opportunity to do that. Can we say that now? What about individuals who have gone in for it? The secretariat got their names wrong. They have come back to get it corrected. It's turned into something else. The other time, I had someone travel all the way from Upper West to Accra.
Okay.
In pursuit of a case of this nature.
So, Doc,
how do we go about such cases?
Right, Doc, both parties are making strong cases, particularly the Electoral Commission, making a strong case that the Ghana card can be used as a sole identity document. Now, what is the difficulty in relying on this for future elections?
There shouldn't be any difficulty, provided you can walk into the secretariat, the NIA secretariat, and walk away with your Ghana card. Then there shouldn't be any difficulty. But we can't say that now. And to the extent that we can't say that, and if this law should pass, then by implication, individuals in these categories stand to be disenfranchised. Then there can't be any robust argument coming from the Electoral Commission. And the Electoral Commission is standing in for Ghana in this case, and she has a duty to also support the Ghanaian state to ensure that everybody has the chance to participate if those people want to. And to the extent that we can't say that anyone who wants his Ghana card can walk to the office and come out with it, then definitely there can't be any robust argument coming from the EC.
Doc, I'd like for you to hold in a minute for me, and let's take a listen to this. So during the appearance of the Electoral Commission chair in Parliament on Tuesday, the Member of Parliament for Bongo Edward Bauer said the decision of the Elections Management Body may result in some strife, since many people would be adversely affected.
If you will observe very clearly, on election matters, consensus building is key, because that is what prevents conflicts. Côte d'Ivoire is just by us here. By virtue of the fact that laws were passed to create the impression that others were not citizens, created problem in Côte d'Ivoire. Afarijan handed over to Charlotte. Charlotte gave it to you. This country was in one piece. This country was in one piece. If this country goes to war because of this, it will be on your head. It will be on your head.
If you went for electoral commissions,
if this country goes on, continue. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, you recall that in 2006, when the
honorable members, please, there are some things you don't say, and there are some things you don't do.
So, I don't know how you put this. This may be a word of caution from the Bongo MP to the Electoral Commission, if you like. But Doc is still with me on the line. Doc, let's talk about the consequences if this is gone ahead with. What could we be looking at if this happens?
No, the issue is, who is pushing us to go that far now? And why should we do that? What are we doing that for? And whose interest is being served? Why should the EC have a special understanding of the system than any other person? Why should the EC have an interest that should be different from that of the people of Ghana? And can the EC stick its neck out and say that come 2024, on the day of elections, the NIA would have been able to deliver such that anybody who wanted to vote would be in a position to vote? Can the EC do that? Can we trust the Ghanaian state when it promises to give money out? When the same Ghanaian state only yesterday came to say that Ghana wasn't going to the IMF, we are there. When the same state came to say that there was going to be no haircut, people have Sakura cuts. Can we trust the Ghanaian state? Can we trust institutions in Ghana? Can we trust the NIA as speaking objectively to the issues before us? I don't think we should take any such thing for granted. If you weigh the issues at stake, the possibility of anyone becoming disenfranchised is higher than any other consideration.
Right.
It should be the first thing that every Ghanaian should be interested in and should be working to protect. So if you don't do that, you have some other interest that is really, counterproductive, and that will not serve the good cause of Ghana. That will not be addressing the public good.
Dr.
So
Mache,
that is
thank
what
you.
the MP was speaking to. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Dr. Kwesi Amache is a senior lecturer with the Department of Political Science at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, speaking with us there. Let's take our first break at this point. You're back with more stories. This is still Midday Live. My name is Noble Crosby.